I'm going to start with we got the bank bailouts with Chase Bank, J.P. Morgan, the home foreclosures, the BP spill, the targeting IRS, the drones, the NSA, TSA, Homeland Security. They got Benghazi. You have Fast and Furious. You have you got Eric Holder. You got Robert Manuel. You also have Bill Ayers too as well. Also caught up with the Obama regime. Murdering terrorist cells. We have a terrorist in the White House. We have a Gestapo Nazi John Kerry who's actually trying to run the State Department, and he's screwing that up. We have the VA system. We got the Veterans Administration. We have soldiers being shot, wounded, tortured to death. We put innocent people in jail. We have Target the Tea Party. We have also tourists has been captured over in North Korea this past week. We have troops who are being jailed right now down in Mexico. We have troops we have troops in overseas right now in jeopardy. We have an oil crisis. We have an energy crisis situation going on. If I miss anything so far?
Well, I just want to correct you. You have an alleged problem of terrorism that could have seeped into the White House, and so you want to be careful on that one. But that's up to you. But I say be careful with that.
Right.
But the bottom line is that we have a food crisis, we have a water crisis,
right.
We have people buying up water reservoirs who are very wealthy, and then the chemtrails, we've been told, actually are drying up the soil by some experts, which will eventually kill off the crops, and that is the reason for Monsanto and the GMOs coming through, and the land grabs is part of that too,
right.
Because if they control the water and the soil, the land, and they also control everything.
Right. So, like I said, we have a terrorist cell in the White House. That's why I said we got a terrorist cell in the White House. That's exactly what I said because that explains the Obama regime. And also, I forgot to mention one more thing. We have the Obama regime, the communist, the liberal communist press now, the Obama regime news network. CNN, NBC, ABC, the CBS. We got we do have the Los Angeles Times, the New York Times, the Huffington Compost. That's why I call it Huffington Post. The Huffington Compost. We got the Chicago Tribune. I call it the mafia run cartel paper. That's what I call it. The Chicago Tribune is a mob cartel newspaper. Is what I call it. So correct me if I'm wrong there. I have done my best to make it clarify, to make it simple enough for anybody to understand where we're at, why we're at right now with this administration. I'm trying to make it clear enough to give you a clear sense of how unsecure this country is and how we are coming more like a socialist nation. And this is how Rome fell, by the way, how it failed. And we're on the urge of doing the same thing. Tell me if I'm wrong, Rose. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not going to accuse any of the MSM of being involved in anything. I think it is a matter of them being, they're some of them have their leanings towards socialism, as reported, and some of them are fearful because of the control that's been taken over, and the rules and regulations, and many journalists have stated that they have been threatened and that they are fearful. Some have even left their jobs. So I'm not even going to go on that part of it because I don't have any proof or evidence of any of that. But I do want to say that it is the alternative media that does step up to the plate, and that does risk their reputations and their lives to tell the truth, to investigate and research and document. And the reason that the truth is important, and if people believe all that about MSM, don't watch it. Go to your alternative, and your European newspapers are even more honest about the truth, and your Canadian newspapers. But my opinion is, do your own homework. Do your own research. Call your congressman. Become active in your communities. And recall, use the power and to exercise your power to recall public servants on the city, the county, and the state levels, and you will start to see the house of cards fall. If Americans would just get involved in their public schools and in their city, county, and state levels and get rid of, through recalls and voting out people. Of course, we have our corrupted, rigged elections now, and voting in people who will uphold the Constitution and getting rid of people who don't uphold the Constitution.
Right.
And it takes people and individuals.
Yeah, get rid of the establishment.
Start a movement and to get people active in their communities. It only takes one person to start educating and getting people active in their communities. And if they don't start now, calling their congressman and their state representatives, tomorrow will be too late, is my opinion.
Right. Well, here's the thing, too.